I grew up believing that traffic was universal, just a boring, frustrating part of adulthood. In America, traffic meant quiet misery. A long line of cars. Everyone silently angry inside climate-controlled vehicles, listening to podcasts about being more productive while doing absolutely nothing. I thought that was the worst traffic experience a human being could have. Then I moved to the Philippines. I still remember my first morning in Metro Manila. I looked like the most stereotypical blonde American woman, ever blue eyes. Hair tied into a neat ponytail, a clean outfit, my little handbag, and a naive smile that said, "Today will be great." I had an interview in Makati, and according to Google Maps, it would only take 25 minutes. Those were the last moments I believed in Google Maps. The tricycle that picked me up from my Airbnb looked cute from afar, yellow, tiny, like metal duckling on wheels. I stepped inside and instantly realized something. This was not a vehicle. This was a physics experiment. The driver, a cheerful Koya with a towel around his neck, smiled at me and said, "Ma'am, hold tight. Traffic today." Medyo wild. I didn't know medyo wild translated to your soul will leave your body. We squeezed into a road that looked like someone took 3 lanes, crumpled them like paper, and said, "Okay, na yan." Cars, trucks, motorcycles, jeepneys, buses, bicycles, and I'm pretty sure at least 2 goats were all moving in different directions. There were no lanes. There were no rules. There was no mercy. This, I whispered, gripping the metal frame. This is not traffic. This is choreography. Kuya laughed. "Don't worry, ma'am. Normal lane too." Normal? Back home, if one person double parked, the whole neighborhood filed a complaint. Here, someone literally made a 5th lane on the sidewalk, and everyone acted like he was a national hero. A motorcycle passed so close I felt the air from its exhaust blow my hair. Another motorcycle slid between us and a bus that looked big enough to crush us into a cute Instagram memory. I stared in horror as people rode bikes in the middle of all of this chaos like it was no big deal, wearing flip-flops and holding plastic bags of groceries like they weren't defying the laws of survival. Meanwhile, I was holding onto my bag like it had the answers to life. At the next intersection, I expected the cars to stop because there was a red light. Foolish me. The cars slowed down just enough for pedestrians to weave through like it was a live-action video game. A man with a sack of rice casually walked in front of a jeepney without even looking. A street vendor selling buko juice crossed the road smiling, like death had personally assured him he wasn't on today's schedule. "Kuya," I said slowly. Are these people not afraid to die?" He only shrugged. "Sanay na. Sanay na." Used to it. Trained by chaos, molded by it, I wasn't prepared. Then the jeepney beside us honked no, not honked. It sang. It was a long musical beeping pattern, like Morse code flirting with someone. A tricycle answered it. A bus joined. Then the whole road erupted in noise so loud my American brain shut down. In America, honking is an act of aggression. In the Philippines, it's communication, flirting, warning, greeting, gossip, emotional outlet, secret code, maybe even prayer. I finally understood why Filipinos say traffic is life, because here, traffic has feelings. I tried to breathe deeply, but the smell of exhaust, barbecue smoke, and freshly baked pandesal filled my lungs all at once. It was chaotic, but somehow comforting like danger with breakfast. We were stuck near a sidewalk vendor grilling pork barbecue. A cloud of smoky, sweet aroma drifted around us. My stomach growled. I was terrified, but also hungry. Only in the Philippines would a near-death tricycle ride make you crave merienda. Then something I never expected happened. The tricycle stopped moving. Not because of traffic, but because the engine died. We were in the middle of the road. A literal sea of vehicles swarming around us. A blonde American woman trapped in a metal sidecar that looked like it was built in 1973. Sweat ran down my back. My hair, originally straight and perfect, expanded like a golden mushroom cloud. "Kuya," I whispered. "Are we safe?" He jumped out and started kicking the tricycle lovingly like it was a stubborn child. "Ma'am, relax, Lang." Kaya too. The tricycle did not look like it could. Kaya too. Then something magical happened. Traffic didn't swallow us. It didn't bully us. It didn't rage at us. Instead, the entire chaotic road suddenly flowed around us. Jeepneys curved. Motorcycles slid aside. Cars slowed down. Drivers leaned out of windows asking, "Kuya, okay kalang." A random guy who wasn't even driving helped push the tricycle to the side. A woman carrying vegetables fanned me with her hand and said, "Hey miss, ain't it no?" I couldn't believe it. In America, if your car dies in the middle of the road, people honk like you murdered their entire family. In the Philippines, strangers treat you like a cousin they need to protect. When the tricycle started again, I felt like the whole barangay cheered for us. We finally reached EDSA, and if earlier was chaos, EDSA was the final boss. I had seen videos, I had heard stories, but nothing could prepare me for the moment a bus came so close to us that I saw my reflection in its giant window and I looked like a woman seeing her life for the last time. But here's the strange thing. Everyone was calm. People were laughing, talking, eating snacks, scrolling through their phones like they weren't sitting inside a live-action disaster simulation. Filipino traffic isn't just chaos. It's a lifestyle, a shared experience, a bonding ritual, a test of patience, survival, and snack preparation. A street kid selling yema knocked on the tricycle roof. "8 Billy ka?" "Sure," I said, because near-death experiences make you generous. We chatted while the vehicles barely crawled forward. Imagine that having a conversation in traffic so slow you could literally make new friends. A few minutes later, a woman in a jeepney tapped me lightly and said, "Hey, your hair is beautiful. Parring Barbie." If she had seen it before the humidity attacked me, she would have compared me to Cinderella. At that moment, I was closer to a wet Pomeranian. But I smiled and she offered to take a selfie with me. Only in the Philippines would someone take selfies in traffic like it was a tourist attraction. When we finally reached Makati, I stepped off the tricycle with shaky legs, but a new perspective. Traffic wasn't just something Filipinos endured, it was something they lived with, laughed through, and adapted to like experts. I thought the chaos would traumatize me. Instead, it fascinated me. The rest of the week, I experienced traffic in different forms. I sat inside a jeepney with strangers who treated me like a cousin, passing coins to the driver in a beautiful chain of teamwork. I survived a taxi ride where the driver told me his life story, 3 conspiracy theories, and his dream to move to Baguio someday. I watched a motorcycle carrying a family of 4 and a dog, and no one questioned it. I witnessed a bus do a maneuver that defied geometry. I experienced a standstill on Skyway where people opened snacks like they were at a picnic. And slowly, I realized something. American traffic is quiet misery, everybody angry, everyone pretending not to be. Philippine traffic is active survival dramatic, funny, dangerous, social, exhausting, but somehow heartwarming. You suffer together. The way Filipinos manage it is nothing short of heroic. They joke, they share, they adapt, they help strangers. They find joy in chaos. After 2 weeks, I caught myself doing something I never expected. I started enjoying the chaos. When a motorcycle weaved between 2 buses, instead of flinching, I said, "Ooh, and galing Neiman." When a jeepney stopped suddenly, I didn't scream, I just held on. When we got stuck for 30 minutes, I ate fish balls with everyone else. When someone knocked on my window selling chicharron, I bought 2 bags. And the moment I realized I'd become a little bit Filipino, one day in heavy Makati traffic, I leaned out of the window and shouted politely, "Boss, simple lang po." I don't even know what that means exactly, but the driver nodded at me with full understanding. Traffic in the Philippines didn't break me. It transformed me. I came expecting frustrations, but instead I found connection. I found humor, I found kindness. I found this strange beauty in chaos that only Filipinos can create. If American traffic is organized misery, Philippine traffic is choose your dash, own dash, adventure dash with snacks. Karaoke, new friends, unexpected detours, and a lesson hidden in every bumpy, sweaty, noisy ride. Life doesn't need to be perfect to be enjoyed. And sometimes the best adventures happen in the middle of the road. By the time I finally left Manila for a week-long trip to the province, I looked at the driver picking me up and said something I never imagined a blonde American woman like me would say. Kuya, medyo miskayo na yung traffic. His jaw dropped. Ma'am, sure ka? I laughed. Oh, sanay na. And for the first time ever, I meant it.